From 1992, almost 13,000 refugees they entered to Hong Kong, and right now 5,700 left in Hong Kong. So the number of the refugees is not increasing; it's just decreasing. And torture claim, I mean the torture convention, which was under the immigration, just accept 15 people, and these 15 people was just some of them was family, so they count them as an individual, and the number became like 15, less than 20. So we can say every year something like they accept one person. So Hong Kong claim that they are developed, Hong Kong is developed city, but they don't never compare themselves with the developed countries around the world, like USA or Canada, Australia. USA alone receiving every year 50,000 refugees worldwide. Australia receiving over 15,000 every year. But Hong Kong failed to accept, to process the case of 13,000 people in 22 years. So the number they accept is 0.003, which is ridiculous. I mean, they signed the torture convention, but they didn't follow the convention. So what I'm asking, what is the point they signed the torture convention if they don't want to process the case? What is the point of they sign the convention and they deport more than half of the refugees back to their country? Hong Kong government said that we don't allow refugees to do work, and refugees don't have any other sources to raise money to support their life in Hong Kong. So if I'm refugee and I'm totally dependent on social welfare, why social welfare department have to steal from my budget? Why international social service have to cheat with the refugee in Hong Kong to keep them as a beggar? Hong Kong government said every individual have to receive $1,500 for their rental and $1,200 for their food allowance. But when you go and find a place for staying, if you want to rent one room in Hong Kong, it costs more than $3,000. So Hong Kong government knows this room costs $3,000, but they just providing $1,500, and they don't allow anyone to do work. If somebody do work and police harass them, they will put them over 15 months in the jail. And if somebody sell drugs in Hong Kong and they make hundreds of $1,000s, they will just go to the jail for a few months, and after that they will release them. So Hong Kong government pushing people to they commit a crime in Hong Kong. So in the future, if they apply for Hong Kong citizenship, they can very easily reject their case because they break the law in Hong Kong. Now, torture claim didn't do work well. They didn't accept anybody. 15 people in 22 years. Now they start to use CIDPT and USM, Unified Screening Mechanism. So I want to know, what is different between USM and torture claim? Both of them working under the immigration. And still the USM didn't start work properly. They say on February 3rd, USM will start to do work, but until now, already 2 months passed, but nothing happened. No case was processed. There's still people, they go into the immigration, they don't want to accept their cases. We have to force them. This person is in Hong Kong, he needs immigration paper, he has to be legal in Hong Kong, but they still ignore it, trying to ignore. They say this new system will process the case and they will look every individual cases. They will study the cases. But I don't think so. In the beginning they failed. And I don't know if they keep people like this for how long, I don't know how they can process all the cases. How they can respond to the people who are staying here for 10, 15 years and they waste their life here. People coming here single, after a few years they find partner, they get married, they create a family, but Hong Kong government still deny their cases. If the person coming to Hong Kong single, Hong Kong government can tell them very easy in the beginning, Hong Kong is not right place for you. We will not process your case. You have to move Hong Kong immediately. Don't waste your time here. But not to keep them here for 10, 15 years, and after 10, 15 years, when they create the family, when they become part of the society, tell them, okay, your case is rejected, you have to go back to your country. This is not the, I mean, this is a ridiculous policy they're following. I don't know who created the law, but whoever created the law, he is the one who against his own law. He is the one who breaking their own law. Hong Kong government, they have a law, but they don't follow their own law. They break their law in several situations, in different time, different way. But if the refugee they break the law, nobody cannot protect them. They will immediately put them in the jail. If I tell to Hong Kong government why you break your law by your own self, they will never give me any answer. They will tell me, for example, I'm allowed to break the law because I'm part of this society. I'm the government. I'm the owner of this city. But you are not from here. You are foreign. You come here, ask for help. So you are not allowed to break the law. You are refugee. You have to remain to live like an animal. You have to remain to live like a beggar. You have to remain to live like a slave. But that is not right. If they sign the Torture Convention, they have to follow. Otherwise, no point. They have to cancel the Torture Convention. Why they signed it in the first place? If they was new, they cannot help refugees in Hong Kong. Over 200,000 Vietnamese refugees, they came to Hong Kong. And at that time, Hong Kong was not rich as much as they are now. And they accept them and they give them place and they give them ID. But now they cannot take care of 5,700 people. From 2006, when the ISIS signed the contract with Hong Kong to support the refugee and asylum seekers who are in need in Hong Kong for social welfare, they start to cheat with them. They try to steal from their food, and they start to steal from the rental. They try to put them in the slum, in the new territory, where they can provide them cheap place, so they can steal from the rental. Because in the contract, what is mentioned, the refugee didn't receive that. For example, the people who are living in the new territory, in their contract they're written 1,500, but the refugee doesn't receive directly the amount. The amount directly go to the landlord, or sometimes going to the agency. So agency will cut their own benefit, landlord will cut their own benefit, and the caseworker they will cut their own benefit, and finally you will see that place they rent for that refugee, it just costs $700-800 out of 1,500. So where this balance goes? Who is receiving this balance? Who is stealing this money? International Social Service, they claim that they did not never cheat. They did never provide expired food. They did never put refuge in the slum. But we discovered over 65 slums and almost 1,000 people they living there. And until now we protesting almost more than 3 months. Nobody, even single person, was not removed from that slums. I have a friend, he is sleeping in the camp for more than 2 months. And they didn't provide him because he was living in the slums, and he said the place is dangerous. The place is too short. They build it with the wood and metal. And if typhoon and rainy season come, he says it's not safe. This protest was start on, we created the Refugee Union on 27th of January 2014. The first action was that we occupied the International Social Service 3 offices in Mong Kok, Prince Edward and Chengwon. We occupied for 3 weeks. And after that they got the injunction from the court to remove us from that place. So when the court ordered we have to move from that place, and that is a private place, we moved, and after that we was searching for the private place where the court cannot get injunction. So we find the place in nearby the Social Welfare Department headquarters in Wuchong Building, Queens Road. We was there for almost 78 days. In that 78 days, there was a family was living in those tents. There was a pregnant woman living in that tent, and no one from Social Welfare Department come and ask what's going on. Why you put banner here and you put there, you written there, Social Welfare Department support corruption. Nobody came and asked, do you have food or water, you living here? Because the Social Welfare Department, they have to provide assistance. Even we against in their policy, is still because they are a humanitarian organization and they have to support human. They have to support those people who are in need. They're supposed to come there and ask us if we have food or water. And what is the reason we are sleeping here? What is the reason we against the Social Welfare Department or International Social Service? Nobody then asked. Even nobody came from the government to ask what's going on. Why you make the look of my society or my city with this camp making look bad? Because many tourists are passing by, many tourist buses, many individuals that was passing by, and they were asking what's going on. Some people, they had no idea what's going on. They was asking me, what are you doing? What means social welfare department? I told them this is mean the social welfare department. They asked me what means SWD. I told them this means social welfare department. And they say, okay, why are you against social welfare department? They are a good organization. They are helping people. I said, no. This is what people they think they are helping, because the name is very good. They hiding behind this name, but you don't know what's going on behind the curtain. We are homeless because of them. Government providing them 200 million, and that 200 million doesn't meet refugees. They don't cover the refugee basic need. That's why they force us to come outside and protest, to show to the society this organization is in Hong Kong. It's a public fund. Government transferring to them to support the refugee and asylum seeker in Hong Kong. But why we have to come and protest here if we don't have problem? People are not stupid to leave their home and sleep in the tent beside the road, in the pollution, in the noise of the cars. You think people are crazy? They come and sleep in the street, leave their family, or they bring their children and sleep in the tent. So it means they have real problem. But why government don't want to solve this problem? Why government trying to support this corruption? Hong Kong government providing the budget. They increasing the budget every year, but doesn't meet refugee. Refugee doesn't receive that budget. So there is no point they increase the budget every year. This year they make the budget almost 280 million. What did I get different in my life? I still receiving 1,500, which I'm short on $1,500. My rental is $3,000. And many people, they have a similar situation. Before I was receiving $1,060 food, and now I'm receiving $1,200 food. But nothing different. I'm receiving the same amount I was receiving last year. So they increased the budget to $160, $140 to my food allowance, but I'm still receiving the same expired food, same rubbish food as I was receiving last year. I don't know where the food was packed. I don't know it's where it come from. I don't know this food is expired or not, because they didn't put expiry date or issue date. So how I can accept this food? How I can eat it as a human being? They say they following the human rights, but I didn't see. In reality, I didn't see. I'm living in the building. Anytime I have to expect it, the building will crash. The building will collapse. Because there was 2 blocks far from my building, there was an old building and it collapsed and many people they die inside. But now I have to expect my building will collapse in the future. Because the building is 60, 70 years old. From the ceiling, the water is dropping if it starts raining. The paint is falling down on my stuff. And the building is too dirty. All the time the water coming outside. I mean, look, it's too messy. They didn't come to Hong Kong government that torture them more. To keep torturing. To keep destroy them. To keep play with them mentally. And after they will say, okay, refugees are in Hong Kong. They are criminal. They want to destroy the Hong Kong society. Who create this image? This is totally ridiculous. I don't mean that refugees, they don't do crime. But why they do crime? If Hong Kong government support them well, if Hong Kong government meet their need in full, nobody will not do crime. If I have a family and I have a child and they are hungry and they don't have food and Hong Kong government say I cannot provide you food, I cannot support you, what else I have? What choice I have? If I do illegal work for few $1,000s every month, they will arrest me and they will put me 15 months in the jail and 50,000 Hong Kong dollar of fine. But if I sell drugs and I make 100,000 of Hong Kong dollar every month, they will arrest me and they will put me a few months in the jail. So which option is better? I sell drugs. And who make me this to do this crime? Hong Kong government, not me. I don't want to be criminal. Nobody will choose wrong way. Nobody will not do crime unless they are forced. And that's what's happening to refugees. If we have a local society support, of course we will be in the better situation. We will have a better life in Hong Kong. We will have at least life as a human being. But because we don't receive enough support from the local society, that's why we cannot have it. How long we have to fight for our own right and government have to deny our right? We're just fighting for the basic rights. We didn't ask them to give us every month hundreds of $1,000s. Just give us suitable place and give us enough food to survive until you process our cases. And don't process our cases like this. Okay, you lie, reject all the cases. Study the cases. Don't tell to people they are lying. Out of 5,700 people, maybe half of them their case is true. They have a real problem. They cannot more go back to their country. If they go back to their country, they will be executed. They will be tortured. So you can't say everyone they are lying. That was last year. They was rejecting case every month, and the reason was that the case is lied. The case is lied. The case is lied. And how the Hong Kong government or immigration can say that all the cases lied? Before people, there was a United Nations, and some people they apply for United Nations, and now no more United Nations. So everybody automatically will go under the USM or CIDPT or torture claim, and all will be processed under the immigration. And our immigration failed to do their job for 22 years. How people they can expect that immigration will do their job well? How people they can expect that immigration will process their case, and out of 100 people, there will be 50 people accepted? There is no guarantee. For me, myself, what I see from the Hong Kong government, they will reject most of the people. They will deport most of the people. Because this is what they did in 22 years. Till now, it's been two months, more than 2 months, nothing happened. And I don't think so there will be big change happen. And you think if they accept every year 10 people, 5,700 people, it will take hundreds of years till they accept them all. And who can stay in Hong Kong for 100 years to expect that one day they will get Hong Kong ID? The child born in Hong Kong, they don't want to give them citizenship. The child born in Hong Kong, they cannot get an education. For the kindergarten, they have to fight. For the elementary, they have to fight. For the high school, they have to fight until they get the permission to send their kids to the kindergarten, elementary, high school, or whatever. You show me one country around the world, as Hong Kong said they are developed city. Show me one developed country, they will stop the child education. This is the first things they will do. They will ask you, you have to send your kids to the school to get education, because they don't want the kids grow stupid. They don't want, if I'm from Afghanistan and my child born here, I'm in USA and my child born there, they don't want my child have the same mentality I had in Afghanistan. They want to change his brain. They want to make him to become different person, which they can use him in the future, which he or she can be useful for that society. But if my child don't get education, what he or she can do for that society? How she or he can help to that society? They will be the same stupid person, same as me, I was in Afghanistan. I just see war, I just see killing, I just see gun. This is what I grew with. But I don't want my child remain same person. I want to they get different life. I want to they become educated people. I want to they realize life is not killing each other. I want to they realize gun is not part of the human being life. I want to they learn human being have a value, and we have to respect every individual human being. Everyone they need future, right? If I have a child and I cannot do work to build their future, what is the point of me for being the father? What is the point of me to have a child and I cannot help them? Because when I have a children, I'm the one who has to take care of them. If I cannot do work, I cannot provide them basic need in their life. What is the point of me for being a father?